Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and I have seen a lot of people lately doing videos about books that they won't read ever, and I've actually been planning to do one for a really long time. There are a lot of books that I have to admit, even though I might say that I might read them, that I might never read them, and that I have no interest in reading them. The truth is, if I found it for $1 at the library's bookstore thing, I might pick it up. Or if I was seriously stranded on an island with nothing but that book, I might still read it. There is a list of books that I would absolutely never read no matter what, even if that was the only book with me on a deserted island. So basically, this is those books. The books I will never, ever read. The first book that I never, ever will read ever is Spectaculo by Christine Catlin, and this is the author that catfished a whole bunch of booktubers and book bloggers. Like she must have contacted hundreds of people, and basically she was posing as a Penguin employee and then get her book read by a whole bunch of like reviewers. She basically just further eroded the trust between reviewers and authors, and it's just terrible. Like I just can't even understand why she did any of what she did. And the sheer number of people she contacted posing as a Penguin employees, and pretending that her book was from Penguin and everything is just insane. I'm really glad I am not one of those people who she contacted, because I would be pretty mad. The next book that I don't plan to ever read is I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore, because Pittacus Lore is really James Frey, and if you don't know who James Frey is, he is the dude who wrote A Million Little Pieces, which was actually like mostly fiction. It was a memoir, but it actually turned out to mostly be completely untrue. Like, that's fine, you know, if you want to do that, that's fine, but don't tell everyone this is the true story of what happened to me, blah de blah. Because effectively he like lied. The next book that I don't plan to ever read is 4 by Veronica Roth, because that's a kind of series novella or short stories or something about the Divergent series. And while I loved the first Divergent book, I really did not like the rest of the series, and I'm just so done with that series. I just don't want to read anything else relating to it. The next two kind of go hand in hand, and that is The Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars. I never plan to read any of those because I just don't have the interest. I've never seen the shows, and I've never read any of the books, and I just honestly don't plan to because it just doesn't interest me. Next, I don't plan to ever read Someday by Colleen Hoover, because personally, it just really doesn't interest me, and I've heard a lot of people not say they didn't really like it because of reasons that probably I would cite for not liking a book, and because basically it's a new adult fiction about a girl who falls in love with a guy who has a girlfriend, but they still really like each other, and then there's all these like almost cheating situations, and there's all this, oh, but you have a girlfriend, bloody bloody, and it's just like, that's just a premise that just so does not interest me. And I mean, a lot of Colleen Hoover's other books I might be interested in because they sound a lot more interesting, but like that one in particular just seems really blah. Like I actually did find this book for $1 and didn't buy it, even for $1. That's how I know that even if I were on a deserted island, I would not read it. The next book that I don't plan to read ever is actually an author, not a book, and it's Kathleen Hale, because basically what happened was that she got a bad review. The person was actually catfishing her, like pretending to be, like they were actually a person who they were not saying they were online. So basically their online persona as a book blogger was a completely different name, different age, different photo and everything. And she was obviously trying to get a reaction out of Kathleen Hale for the bad review. Like it was obvious. If Kathleen Hale's post about it is anything to go by. So I honestly don't fault Kathleen Hale for that necessarily, But just the fact that like she bashes reviewers and all this other stuff just in general makes me not want to read any of her books. What if I read a book by Kathleen Hale and absolutely hated it? Like, what if? And because obviously I'd have to still talk about it on my channel. So then what if she saw it and decided to stalk me? Or what if, like, I don't know, she decided to just give me crap for it. You just never know. Like, so that just makes me not really want to read her books just because of her dislike of reviewers, I guess. And the last book that I don't plan to ever read is 50 Shades of Grey because, just a lot of things about it I don't like, but mostly it's the bad writing because I actually did try to read the beginning just to see if I even could. And the writing was just so bad I couldn't get past the first paragraph. It was the absolute worst writing I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry actually because that author makes millions so off of this book probably. So it's not like I'm bashing a little known author who could have like benefited from my saying something good. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are the books that I don't plan to ever read. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye!